This is a movie review for, not a movie review, documentary review. I don't know, I forgot what it's called. I think it's Wembley Stadium incident in the UK, which is like, I guess the largest, or one of the big stadiums in London. They had a football match. It was like in 50 years, I think 50 or 55 years, their country has not hosted any type of match like this, so it's a big deal. And it's sad, right? It ends like a sort of disaster in a way. People breaking the line, they want to storm the turnstables. The guy, they have this one director guy they've been interviewed. He talks about like, yeah, they closed them up, but then they came to the realization when these people, like, they can't actually, we have to open them because there's a tight space and we don't want to prevent a crush. I think there was no crushing, so that was good on him because the crushes are no joke, aren't they? When the people get packed like sardines, basically. What else happened in this documentary? It's kind of like I think it was a train wreck. It might have been a train wreck. Wembley Stadium, it might have been something like that. The one South Asian guy, he talks about, they're on the same moniker. It doesn't matter, like, you're English into maybe, because like there's three, I think they're all black, right? There are three black players that the people that are white, they went first to kick the ball into the net to try to get the good score, and I think only one of them missed, but the other ones got it. But I think it was all three black players missed their goalie shots. They all had their goalie shots blocked by Italia because Italy was the opposing team, and so there was also some discussion about that, the racial epithets of, some of the people that are in the stadium, they're watching, they're a person of color, like the South Asian guy mentioned. Like, I just knew, like, oh shit, like there's gonna be some people that are upset about it. There's a lot of drunkenness. There was the drunkenness earlier. There's some people, maybe they're in that crowd, or it's a hive mind. Somebody starts it, people can't stop it. Of this racist attack and type stuff. It was England. It was hosted in England, and I like that there was a lot of English flags. There wasn't Union Jacks, British flags in general, but rather it was English flags. So there's like English nationalism on some degree that's happening here, right? People proud to be English. Like, England's hosting. It's not Wales, not Scotland. I guess not the country as a whole. I thought that was interesting, that there was this, I guess, sort of emphasis, at least in the footage that we saw, like a lot of red and white, right? Red and white. White with the red cross posted on it. English flags floating everywhere. That's the theme. But, and then, of course, there's even, like, Italians. There were some Italians that wanted to attend this event. I guess Italian tourists. The one guy is Italian, but he lives in the UK. And, he mentions, like, I've been in this country quite a while. I had a daughter, actually. I had a daughter of a British woman, or English woman, rather. And so the kid's half English, half Italian, and normally there's no issue, right? I guess he feels pretty safe. But, like, in that one time, wow, I actually felt kind of threatened, felt kind of scared because I'm the other. He got this visible, they painted Italia with hearts on their cheeks, and he even looks Italian. You look at his face, like, this guy looks Italian. Actually, he has the phenotypical features that you look like you come from that country or that region of Europe, a South European. And he mentioned, like, people throwing bottles and stuff at him, and what do you call, and then there's a group of Italians, they saw them, and they immediately called them, hey, come over here. And they mentioned, they actually did it. The police, when the Italians got escorted by the police immediately surrounded them and escorted them to the gates. But there was one moment where the guy, he had a seat ticket, but it wasn't with the other Italian. They got separated by the Italian group again, and he said, and I found myself in that situation again where, like, oh, now I'm the only Italian, a sea of English, and some of them are mugging me. Some of them are a little aggressive. They're not really liking me, because I'm the opposing person, But he said he talked to some person that worked there and said, listen, we're Italians, and we feel a little threatened. To be out, feel a little threatened right now. We're the only people. And they said, listen, come over here. I'll let you go inside. At that point, I think you should make an exception. If you have to stand, it is what it is. Maybe they say, listen, see if you can find a seat that's empty there, because then, like, all the seats is plugged up. But the South Asian guy, he mentions this too. When the game finishes and he's going to exit, he said he was very cautious not to bump into any white person or into anybody in general, but I guess white people in particular. Like, don't make any eye contact. Really keep to yourself as a person of color, because, like, 3 people of color lost. And there were they showed some tweets I'm not sure these are real tweets. Maybe some of them were real tweets, perhaps. It's then they show like this mural of one of the soccer players, actually, that he's helping give back to his community, actually, with his fame, this stuff that he's having fame, his money, he wants to give back to the community. So they made this little painting of him somewhere, and of course it gets the face, and some people were like, I just knew it was gonna get the face. And this happened like, wow, there's people filming it with cell phones, so it happens like I think 2022, 23, maybe 2020, I don't know, something like that. I think it happened not too long ago, this whole incident. But it, like, some people say it's just a reminder of like the lady that there's this older white lady, she's 5 feet tall. She mentions that, she says, like, it's kind of I live in a multiracial, multi-ethnic community. Like where I live in London, there's a lot of different people everywhere, but it kind of goes to show, like, I guess there's something innate, and there always be people that have these sort of tendencies. It's unpleasant. I guess it is bad in that it's unpleasant, but it's also sort of natural, I guess. Like people always be prejudiced to some degree. And if it's not on racial lines or ethnic lines, it's on some other arbitrary lines, right? But this Wembley Stadium documentary, I did enjoy. I like when the daughter comes out. She doesn't say anything. She's like, maybe she was shy, but she came out to see the dad at some point. She's just smiling, doesn't say it. I like that he didn't push her to say anything or anything like that. He just kind of smiling with her, and maybe she sucks. Maybe she doesn't talk at all, but that was kind of sweet. I found that kind of sweet, heartwarming there. What else with this film, with this movie? Can't quite think right now. It was nice though. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed this not movie, documentary. Well, I guess you say movie in some sense, but this documentary about the Wembley Stadium incident. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed watching it. And that concludes my review. Thank you.